Pengay. I hope you're doing good. RWS 201 prediction time. I'm in a little bit of a different setting, and my prediction. Pengay. I hope you're doing good. RWS 201 prediction time. A little bit of a different setting, and this week I haven't had a lot of time. I've been working, so I hope I don't have a shitty Saturday in terms of my predictions. But let's see what we got. Anyways, fight number one, middleweight, Andreas Czehovsky versus Noah Solomon. Czehovsky, debutant and former two-time European IFMA gold medalist, I believe, is an orthodox fighter, can fight in southpaw when he have to. He has a good rear teep, some good feints. He is all right off the back foot. Got some nice switch kicks, some nice boxing, quite technically sound and intelligent fighter. Although he does have some issues in clinch, and also when he cannot control the opponent, when it becomes a brawl, I believe he has some issues. When the opponent makes it into a gritty, tough fight, I'm not sure Czehovsky will have what it takes to control the range and find the success in his exchanges. And I think that's something that his opponent in this fight, Solomon, who is 0-1 on RWS, not the most technically sound, let's get that out there, has some issues in terms of tempo, fight management, distance management, but he makes fights tough for his opponents. I watched his loss against, I can't remember who it was, but he made the fight gritty and he found success at times in some nice boxing, some nice hard kicks, but mainly his wild boxing style. I do also think that he is a lot more active in terms of fighting than Czehovsky. Czehovsky doesn't really fight a lot. He has fought a few times, or I don't think he fought last year. I'm not sure. I might be wrong, but at least according to Muay Thai records, he didn't fight for almost 2 years now. So, and Solomon, he's been fighting in Kiat Pet, in RWS debut. I think Solomon will get this one done. Probably just grit and toughness, making Czehovsky uncomfortable and getting a split decision win for Solomon. Moving on, fight number two, Kirian Scoop versus Ilyas Arzagar. Scoop is 1-3 in RWS. I believe he lost his last fight against Carl Tanyan, who is not a bad loss to have, a huge talent. But Scoop is not the best at footwork, not the best with head movement, but he has a very dangerous style when he walks backwards. He comes in with counter elbows, he throws long knees, he also, moving forward, he drops elbow after elbow after elbow. Very dangerous style, has some nice low kicks as well, and he shows heart. That's my main thing with Scoop. He shows heart, he shows grit, he has toughness, he has a chin, he doesn't really get finished. And in order to finish him, I think you need something very special and extra. Kartanian couldn't do it, so I don't think Arzagar can do it. Arzagar will make his debut here. His last fight he won on Raja KO, through KO, but he also fought recently in Khun Khmer in Cambodia in a fight where he gassed out. He lost through decision because in the first round he threw everything he had and he gassed out. And I think that's a sign what type of fighter we got here. Throwing wild hooks, wild punches, and gassing out. And then at the end of the fight, from the start of the second round, just defending, trying to stay alive, basically, in that Khun Khmer fight. And I think that's also, he won to KO in the first round in Raja KO lately as well. And I think that's a sign. He goes hard in the first round, trying to get his opponent out of there. And Scoop is not going to be easy to put out. Scoop is tough. He has grit. And I think Scoop is going to be able to counter a lot of Arzagar's wild attacks, especially in the second round when Azagar gets tired. Scoop will get in there, he will throw elbows, he will throw left knees, and I think we're gonna see a win here for the orthodox fighter Kirian Scoop. I think Azagar probably gonna be a name we're gonna see more. He's interesting to watch, very fun, but you can't gas out in the first round against a fighter like Scoop who will capitalize on your tiredness. So I'm gonna say second round KO win for Scoop. Fight number 3, super flyweight, Antonio Piana versus Amurlan Tugurov. Piana this is his debut in RWS, orthodox fighter, heavy boxing. He has fought on One Friday Fights 2 times, 2 losses. Is quite a gritty fighter as well. Likes to get in there, likes to make it difficult, and likes to pressure his opponents. I can see him finding some early success through his, similar to Azagar, going for it in the first round, really getting in there with the boxing. But now he's fighting Tugurov, who I have not been able to find any footage on YouTube. I don't really know a lot about him, his age, his height, but I know he is IFMA Russian Muay Thai champion at 48 kilos. I have a feeling here that Tugurov is one of these a little bit unknown fighters I think he's from the Kuzbats region. I think he's gonna show us who he is, obviously, but I have a feeling that Piana is gonna have a tough time against this Tugurov fighter. So I'm gonna say, with almost no basis whatsoever, I'm gonna say Tugurov second round KO. We'll see. We'll see what type of fighter he is, but yeah, I think Tugurov is gonna be. I'm basing it a little bit off from where he is from, and that he is IFMA Russian champion, of course. But my feeling is Tugurov. I don't like Piana's style too much. I think he's a good fighter, but I think he gets clipped. And if it's something that fighters from that region of the world often has, Kuzbas, the Russia, the Dagestan, the Chechnya, they got power in their hands when they throw fists, especially the Muay Thai fighters from that region. So I'm gonna say second round KO for Tugurov. Fight number 4, the former RWS minimum weight world champion Paya Hong versus the Brazilian Ana Carolina Pedrita Achetti. Paya Hong, as I said, former RWS minimum weight champion, IFMA youth gold medalist, former K1 Grand Prix, I think it's called, atomweight champion. Very skillful fighter, good on the back foot, good blitzing in, throwing elbows, throwing low kicks, throwing high kicks, some nice knees as well, good in the clinch. I think she's a talented fighter, very talented on the back foot especially, and I think she's going to control this fight a lot on the back foot. Pedrita is a fighter who I watched on the local scene in Brazil versus Simone Silva, a fight that she lost. Pedrita has some solid defense. She is good at the mid-range. She doesn't really pressure forward too much. She doesn't go on the back foot too much. She's in the mid-range type of fighter. She low kicks. She has decent boxing, better boxing than Paya Hong, I believe. She's quite good in the clinch as well, although she is open to counter punches. And I think that Paya Hong will slip in some elbows. And I especially think that Paya Hong, being on the back foot, will counter with her kicks, come in when Pedrita walks forward. Paya Hong will counter with kicks, and I think she's going to win a typical Thai style, winning the kicking exchanges, and therefore winning a unanimous decision for Paya Hong, the former champion. I'm moving through this a little bit fast now because this fight starts in 1.5 hours approximately, and also I haven't been able to do a lot of tape study, so this is going to be a shorter video. Fight number 5, Jarungan versus Lanyakeo. Rematch from earlier this year. In that first fight, it was a draw, even though I think Lanyakeo won. Jarungan is a very well-rounded fighter. He walks forward, he throws a lot of different attacks at you, while Lanyakeo is more of he also mixes it up, but he's very, very, very good at countering when his opponent comes in, especially with boxing. When in that first fight, Jarungan came in with boxing, Lanyakeo threw a switch kick to the body a lot, and eventually in the third or fourth round, I believe fourth, he managed to drop Jarungan. I think Lanyakeo's style is he could box more, put his hands on his opponents a little bit more, but that kicking style that he has is very good. He is very good in terms of his timing and his range management, and he should have won that last fight. He was shocked afterwards, and Jarungan was relieved, and I think that's a big sign of how the fight actually played out and who should have won it. So I believe Lanyakeo should have won that fight. And I think we're going to see a Lanyakeo win in this one. I think Lanyakeo will fight a similar type of fight like last time. He will manage the distance. He will counter Jarungan when Jarungan throws these combinations and these attacks. And I think Lanyakeo will control his way to a unanimous decision win in this one. So I'm gonna stick with that unanimous decision win for the very, very technical on the back foot Lanyakeo. Fight number 6, the main bout. Bantamweight Pangtor versus Sauto. Pangtor, former RWS Bantamweight champion. Sauto, former Rajaramnern Stadium champion, 2019, I believe. They also fought earlier this year, I believe in January, in Pechindi. In that, Pangtor has fought a few times in RWS as well. 5-3, I believe he is, while Sauto is making his debut in RWS now. But a few months ago, they fought in Pechindi, and in that fight, Pangtor got the KO win in the third round. He came in with, I believe, a right elbow, followed by a left knee to the liver, and then finished the job with a left elbow. They call him the Butcher for a reason. He has solid elbows, very technical, good head movement. He stands quite tall in front of you. He's a southpaw, stands quite tall, leans back and counters with elbows, leans back and counters with elbows, goes up guard, counters with elbows. The Butcher, he throws mean, dangerous elbows from different angles, finding ways through the guard, on top of the guard. Pangtor is a very skillful fighter. On the other hand, we have on the other side of the ring, we have Sauto. Sauto, also a former Rajaramnern Stadium champion, very skillful fighter, has a nice 3-2 that he throws a lot, like left hook coming down with the right straight. He also throws a lot of heavy right hands, followed by heavy right kicks. Quite good head movement at times too, but he gets clipped more than Pangtor, and I think Pangtor will be able to find his rhythm in this one, and I think he will get in there and finish the job through elbows. This is also, I don't think I mentioned that even, for the interim bantamweight world title in RWS, so it's a huge fight, and I believe Pangtor, former RWS champion, he beat Sancto in the last fight earlier this year, and I do think he is a little bit more prepared and ready for this type of fight. I think Sancto will have a tough time, and I think he's gonna get knocked out in the third round by Pangtor. So third round KO, elbows. Can see a right lead elbow followed by a left, chopping down on the temple of Sauto. So yeah, third round KO win for Pangtor. And then the last fight, number 7, Keopayak versus Jiang Ronglong. Keopayak, Jutmangnon fighter, 4-0 in RWS, former Lumpini flyweight champion, 2019 fighter of the year, is a orthodox fighter who throws a lot of kicks. He has a nice management of the range and the timing on his kicks. He wins a lot of exchanges. He does have a nice jab as well, quite a nice left hook, and good in the clinch. Jitmainon fighters always strong in the clinch, always can mix in some knees and elbows there. And he's now fighting a fighter that is 0-1 on RWS, Jiang. Jiang is a kickboxing type of style, heavy kicks, light on his feet, southpaw, fast 1-2s, very good boxing, decent head movement as well. I remember when he lost the fight, split decision through to Wan Michai, he kind of dropped down, slipped, and threw a lead right hook, which was quite nice. He also had some nice uppercuts, but he lost the fight against Wan Michai because he does not win the kicking exchanges. And I think that's going to make him lose this fight too. I think Keopayak is too good on exchanges in the kicks. I think he's gonna throw a low kick, lean back, or like pull his legs back, making Jiang miss, and then throw another one. So I think it's gonna be a kicking game, and I believe that Keopayak is better at that game, therefore getting a unanimous decision win. That's all the fights for RWS 201. I am very uncertain that I picked the right fighters on this one, but this is based on a few hours of tape study after a night shift basically at work. So we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your comments, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the recap if I manage to get one out tomorrow. I'm not sure that I will, but I will try my best. Kopko mahab jakan.